Good morning, everyone. Forecaster John Ruggiano with Ruggy Weather on this first day of October, Monday. We're going to take a look at the next couple of days and also take another look in the long range for much of next week, where it's looking like we're going to have some much cooler weather moving in starting this weekend and then bleeding into next week. We will have rather inclement weather coming later tonight into Wednesday, which I'll show you in just a minute, and actually pretty mild temperatures. We may hit the lower 80s actually on Wednesday and near 80 on Thursday. Then we'll gradually cool down as our trough from the west to northwest starts gradually moving across the northern plains and Great Lakes and into our region into next week. But first, here's our surface map for this morning. We're waking up to partly to mostly sunny skies, very chilly temperatures. Temperatures starting off mainly in the mid to upper 40s across the Delaware Valley. We have, thanks to this high pressure now over Michigan in the Great Lakes region, is protecting us from this inclement weather to our south, which is on the way. First of all, this high pressure system will gradually move east northeast into New England later today and tonight and off the coast. And then we'll get into a northeast and east flow tomorrow into Wednesday. We have this low pressure system now down in the Gulf states, which is rather weak, but as you can see, we have quite a bit of moderate to light rain, periods of rain across the Tennessee Valley and into the southeast states in the Gulf. This system will move slowly northeast into the Tennessee Valley and then eventually into the mid-Atlantic as we head into Tuesday night and Wednesday. This stationary front will gradually move north as a warm front and be basically oriented from the northern Gulf states and into the mid-Atlantic. So this weak low will move northeast and all this precipitation will gradually spread northeast. I expect some occasional light rain to move into the Delaware Valley later tonight, early tomorrow morning. Then we should have periods of light to moderate rain. Could be a little moderate rain at times, but mostly light rain for much of the day tomorrow and tomorrow night. And then these showers should linger into Wednesday as this storm gradually dissipates and weakens. Now we're going to take a look ahead into the 8 to 10 day means for both the European and the GFS. As you can see here over to the left, this is the European 8 to 10 means, which is basically for the middle of next week. And then to the right over here we have the GFS, which they have been in pretty much agreement over the last few days, but we're starting to see some signs that the models are becoming a little disagreement with this colder air coming in for next week. The European is less aggressive now, where a couple of days ago it was really showing some cold air and more aggressive, and the GFS continues to show this trough really settling into the Great Lakes and Northeast. But first, let's look at the European on the left here. This is for like the middle of next week. We can see we have this big ridge here, PNA ridge, nosing up into western Canada. We have a little low here, cutoff low off of the Illusions, which is pumping this ridge into the western Canada region, into Alaska, which is sending down this trough here. But as you can see, we have somewhat of a split flow and some energy hanging back over toward California, the Baja California, which the trough axis is really leaning back to the southwest, and this is a bias with the European in most cases. So I'll keep an eye on this in the next day or two to see how the European handles this trough as we head into the next week. As you can see, most of the colder air, according to the European, will be concentrated in northern plains and south central Canada here. And then we'll have more of a west to southwest flow over here in the mid-Atlantic and into the northeast, which will bleed in some chilly air, but not as cold as it was showing the other day. And over here to the right, we have the GFS, which is, predominantly still showing that ridge going into western Canada, not as amplified, or strung out as the European showing, and much further to the east, as you can see. Once again, showing that split flow with a little piece of energy hanging back around California, but the trough, as you can see, is a bit further to the east. It could be a possibility that the GFS is a little bit faster with everything, and that's why it's showing it further east, but there isn't really that amplitude that I like to see like in the European here, but I think it's having a problem hanging this energy back a little too much. But then But anyway, the GFS is showing a pretty good shot of colder air coming into the Great Lakes, the Plains, Midwest, parts of the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast for the middle of next week. We could see highs here in the Delaware Valley, mainly in the low to mid 60s, and overnight lows in the mid to upper 30s in some of our suburbs, where I was mentioning there could be our first frost between next Monday and maybe next Thursday in that time frame. So we'll keep an eye on that, but it definitely looks like as we head towards this weekend, this trough will start influence our weather here in the Delaware Valley. Temperatures will begin to drop somewhat more toward upper 60s and lower 70s on Friday and Saturday. As we head towards Sunday, we'll probably be in the 60s, and much of next week, it looks like at least the beginning to the middle of the week, we'll see highs in the low to mid 60s, and like I said, lows in some of our suburbs in the 30s with a chance of frost, and most of the region will at least be in the 40s. So I'll keep an eye on this over the next several days, and the models continue to be in pretty good consensus for this trough moving into the Great Lakes and Northeast, middle of mainly beginning and middle of next week. So just giving you guys a heads up, and I'll probably give you an update in about a day or two. Thanks a lot, and have a great day.